There's like a project in mind.
Yeah.
In Greenwood, where I grew up.
There's some projects, Roger Williams. Yeah, those are projects from down the street. No, it's from here. Down the street from where I lived at, it is no longer there. It's getting prepped for gentrification. Yeah, so.
How do you feel about gentrification?
It sucks. Yeah.
Why don't we gentrify more?
Because of that right there. And it's a documentary on Netflix all about black creators and designers around the world, from architecture, design, fashion, animation. Really great documentary. I think all young people should see this documentary.
What's the name of it?
Made by Design.
Who painted that?
Stalwart. That's made by Stalwart, a local artist and fashion designer. These are different works from other members, a couple of interns, myself.
Where is the one that you did?
It's at the top of the middle.
This one.
On my winning piece for E3 on Ubisoft PlayStation Art Competition 2014. It was actually #1 in the world by the fans.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And that's me with that Alabama.
Which one? Nice. Is it like glitter paint? They have some shimmer to them.
The technique I use is what's called metallic paint.
Oh, yeah.
And don't shake the can up.
Oh, to make it more potent.
So that way it flows.
Yeah.
I also have clothing wear.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've seen these before.
Yeah.
And where can people buy them? Here? Okay.
At the House of Egg Stacks.
Say it again.
At the House of Egg Stacks.
Okay.
ATESTAX. You can go to the website. You can order worldwide.
On another photo art competition for that.
For this?
And that's my winning piece right there. So I got Best Action Scene. And all the developers of Naughty Dog signed it and sent it back to me.
This is a video game. Okay, see, I don't know nothing about no video games, but I know it's a big thing.
Yeah, it has a great story. Great story.
Not a Chucky doll. Oh, This is all your stuff?
Yeah, so there are 8 pieces from 4 different collections.
Okay.
These 2 pieces are done in an old style.
These 2?
Yes, from a style I used to use as a kid. And a lot of my friends would say, "You're like the father of the Boondocks." I used to wear my hair half afro, half braided.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I was like Huey, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how I thought as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I took Taekwondo. I was just like that.
Yeah.
And I would draw myself and the characters on the walls in school. Ended up, I was the best kid I was an art prodigy, best artist at my school, and like a week before graduation got expelled.
For what?
For my art. Yeah.
Because you were drawing in places you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And they expelled you.
Yep.
Wow.
Disney wanted me out of high school as a kid. I turned to other things. I gave up. I didn't get back into art until I was like 33.
Wow. How old are you now?
43.
Wow.
When that piece I told you that was #1 in the world.
Yeah.
That's what got me into art. Back in art, my friends, I was in Atlanta. Somebody had broke into our house, and my wife was like, "Come back home." My friend Nick Fury was working on Beyonce's new album, and I'm just up there trying to get me a credit, you know, and do some stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and I'm doing my music.
Yeah.
And I come back home because of that situation.
Where were you?
I was in Atlanta.
Okay.
And one of the things that got stolen was my PlayStation 3. And I'm a big gamer at that time. My friends bought the PlayStation 4 because of transitioning.
Yeah.
And had that game called Assassin's Creed. We copied in and found out there was an art competition going on. Had been going on for 3 months.
Wow.
And my friends was like, "Hey man, you should enter this competition. See how long you got left." Find out it's only 3 days left. Yeah, so I go back to playing the game. The next day, it's 2 days left.
Yeah.
My friends are like, "Hey, do this.
Yeah.
We think you should draw something, get in this art competition."
Right.
I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I got 2 days left. I haven't drawn anything in years. You know what? He was like, no, I think God telling you something. I'm usually the one that's faith-based. And I'm telling these guys, like, y'all are crazy. So they take the controllers from me.
No
I'm like, y'all
way.
just bought this system for me. Now y'all gonna tell me to draw. So I drew the picture, 24 hours, submitted it in an hour before the competition ends.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, there's number one in the world.
What?
Yeah. Got on Instagram, people started liking my work and just took
And
off
that's
from
the
there.
one over there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Later on that year, I did the one for Last of Us, one album, Best Action Scene, and my art career just took off after that. Yeah, and now I do murals all over the city. I got expelled for drawing on the wall.
I know, and look at
I used to get in trouble at church, my house, everywhere for drawing on the wall, and now that's why I get paid. You know, so I think it's all about living up to, I guess, the expectations of talent and God.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
because I don't think God wanted me to get in trouble for my talent.
Right,
In the first
and
place.
also being surrounded by people who are going to push you and encourage you. Because I was telling in one of my earlier episodes that one of my friends, the same thing. She was like, Alesha, there's this film coming to town. You should apply for it. I was like, no, I'm good. And like maybe 2 months later, she was like, it's still there. You can still do it. And I did it. And I haven't worked anywhere else since. So it's good to have friends around you who aren't haters, but who also can see the talent and encourage you.
That's right.
And aren't afraid to step in, even if it might jeopardize the friendship.
This one is called Runaway, and this is.
And it came from a collection.
Yes, well, this is a collection called My Life, based on that old school style I used to get in trouble for.
Yeah.
And that's me and my wife. We've been together since we were 16.
Oh.
And that's us getting away from all the stereotypes, the tropes, and everything that tries to hold us back in this world.
Child, yes, won't they hold you back, Lord? Yeah. Won't they hold you back?
All of that.
Okay, and what about this one?
Now, this is a picture of you, a rendition of me when I was 25.
Yeah.
BPE, that's my crew. That's me and my hoodie and my vest, and my chain. Okay, so this picture is the first picture in the world to have an augmented reality video encoded into it. So whoever,
what do you mean?
Yeah, so whoever buys this painting, I'm gonna give them a secret link to an app. When you look at the painting comes to life. I start rapping, the painting moves, you hear the music, the soundtrack, and everything. So there's a whole soundtrack and video encoded in the painting.
Does anybody know that?
A few people, not the world, but
they know now.
They know now.
They know now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So how much is it so somebody can buy it?
On the website, it says $8,000. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 10, at least.
At least.
At least
Yeah.
10,000. Okay.
Add a zero.
At least 100,000.
80.
I mean, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, and then I should probably get in
And
touch
you
with
already
Guinness Book
have-
of World Records to
You
know, because I do a lot of first thing technologies and art in here
Right.
all the time. Like this is just my little lair.
Yeah.
It's in the public, but I do so much in here. I'll show you a couple prototypes.
Okay.
So this is from my favorite things, kind of like On the Wind, song from that. So I have 2 pieces from each collection over here. And Edward Scissorhands was one of my favorite movies. I can just relate to him just being different and having a heart in a community where there was not much art. And that's why I chose for those things. So the collection for my favorite things to be done in black and white.
Okay.
It's always black and white motif with a little color in it. Maybe.
Yeah.
So this piece is done in watercolor, Chinese ink brush, dipping pen, and watercolor. So this one's called American Pun. Now this is out of a collection I have called The Living
Sell
Word.
dreams here.
Yeah,
We take privacy lives.
gotcha.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What possessed you to write this?
I'm a rapper. I rap in all of my art. I'm a poet. You know.
So this is representative of what America does?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a representation of that because there's a lot of pawn shops in our neighborhoods. There's liquor stores and pawn shops.
Yeah.
And it's all to just keep us down. And this is a sign. This paint is a sign that represents that.
Have you thought of any solution to where our communities don't continue in that spiral? or the constant cycle.
Be more creative.
Be more creative.
Yeah, think as an
You don't think
artist.
we're creative already?
We are, but we create in the wrong lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a craft
Right.
or worship.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody believes in something.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you believe in. Everybody worships something.
Right.
Just what? So if you invest your time, like there's a saying I have, a two-sided coin, it can be a sacrifice or investment.
Right.
And that's the same side of a coin. It's just the way you look at it. You're sacrificing one thing, but you're actually investing in another.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all on how you look at it.
Yeah.
I could have been the best artist, could have been the best football player, best boxer, best dope dealer, whatever. It's just based on what I want to choose to do.
Right.
They all have their own, let's say, consequences or prices, gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting perspective because, yes, America does all of this. And then I think about, well, we know they do this. This is not a secret anymore. It never really was a secret. So now what can we do to get ourselves out? Not like the whole pull yourself up by the bootstraps type thing, but like not even allowing those types of things to happen in the community.
But we can create our own way out.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be artistic.
Right.
It can be making trust, preparing ourselves for the next generation. Just imagine if we all had life insurance policies. The next generation wouldn't have too much to worry about. But since they never had anything, they'll probably mess it up in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
That's
one I'll ponder further.
Another piece from my favorite things, another movie based off Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko is a cult classic with Jake Gyllenhaal and his sister.
Donnie Darko?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome movie. Like it's really weird.
Looks like it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you about it, but I will say watch it one day.
Something about bucket.
Donnie Darko.
Yes. And also, this piece was not like a scene in the movie. I'm watching a movie, and I'm just sketching my favorite things about the film. And so now we have two pieces from a collection I got called FKIT. And FKIT is about a young girl in a post-apocalyptic Mobile, Alabama looking for her parents. I usually tell her story through fine art shows. So every time I would do an art show, it would be about her. And every art show, I add new pieces to show new elements, new environments, new situations, or new characters in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, every year I would add new pieces to the story. Sometimes it might be a mural that look like a comic strip, paintings. The last one I did was the Alabama Contemporary Art Center. It was on a huge wall like this.
Yeah.
And I made it look like a comic book, but I didn't paint the story on the wall.
Yeah.
I made empty spaces and did the panels on canvas on fine art and then placed them in squares.
Right.
But this year, I became the most recent recipient of a Verdant Grant by the Andy Warhol Foundation for her story, and they're funding this to be turned into a graphic novel. So this was a story I have been having in my mind since 2004.
Yeah.
And I didn't really start working on it till I won that competition. That was one of the catalysts.
And that competition was 2014.
2014.
Okay.
Yes. I would say this. The first time I started drawing,
Uh-huh.
I drew her picture first.
Okay.
That was in
I
2012.
feel like I've seen this before.
Yes, so people have used the motif of her idea in all kind of films and things. There's a couple ship captains with her whole story on her arm and their back. I've seen an artist do a mural of her in Russia. He asked me for permission. I said, do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot.
And they took this from you. Not like took it from you, but they were inspired by it.
Yeah, so a lot of people, she has inspired a lot of different stories with video games and stuff like that.
Oh, does she have a name?
Yes, Zaylee.
How do you feel your art is going to make that a thing of the past, the American con, in your community at least? Is that something you're even working toward, or?
Yeah, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Me being here in the mall, like this is the first Black-owned museum or gallery in Bel Air Mall in Mobile, Alabama. So that's a big thing in itself.
Yeah.
Like representation is everything. And seeing somebody that looks like you do something major is a big thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see that growing up. You know,
No.
I had some awesome teachers, but as far as seeing people do like great works and stuff like that, no, it was always
especially people that you can touch.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
it's usually very
Far
distant.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lived in magazines,
Mm.
my dreams,
Mm-hmm.
my ideas, and TV and stuff like that. And I always thought like the world was way bigger than my city and my hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I projected that out. You know what I'm saying? I create my world. That's why this is the house of 8 stacks.
Yeah.
Most people, as you see,
why the spelling of the name that way?
From my name Conz8000.
Okay.
Yeah. Conz8000, still, that wasn't my name. That was the name of an album that I was supposed to drop in 2008.
Yeah.
And I made my Twitter the name of that and everything. All my social media was named Conz8000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but the 8 part.
Yeah.
Why like that?
Well, I would say this. It started off as a guerrilla art movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what that is.
That is.
What? Why are you looking at him?
Yeah, so I'll say this. It started off as a guerrilla art movement.
Yeah.
But I was blessed to do this legally. It didn't last for long. The whole point,
You mean art?
Yes. Yeah, so like Banksy, Shepard Fairey. Shepard Fairey is one of my favorite artists in the world.
Mm-hmm.
At 50-some years old, I think he was in Boston or Baltimore, and he was getting the key to the city, cutting a ribbon. And they waited to embarrass this man up there all these years because his work is huge.
Yeah.
He's the person who started Obey. He's the person who did the painting of Obama.
Yeah.
So
that's on everybody's shirts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huge artists. They were honoring this man in his 50s in front of everybody. And then as soon as he does that, the police come and they arrest him. They're like, hey, yeah, remember that artwork you did back in blah, blah, blah when you were 17 years old? Come with us. Yeah,
no way.
He did that.
So you're saying there was a time it was illegal?
It's still illegal for doing certain pieces, especially in the South and on the Bible Belt. But
you're talking about on buildings.
On buildings.
Okay, I see. Yeah. What they would call graffiti.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to do it.
Okay.
I have permission.
You have license to do it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had an idea, and when I came back from Atlanta, I wanted to tell my story because I was still rugged, I was still a rebel, and I just wanted to share my artwork and my message to the world. But as soon as I started, or the idea, it became love, the thing, and people wanted it. Yeah. And I had permission to do so. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing. But there was a time you were penalized, though, when you were 17, 18. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, I wanted this to represent that as a kid. But as a grown man, it didn't. And it never got a chance to be that rebel art like that. And that's a blessing for me. You get what I'm saying? And that's why it's God is great. Let's say that. All the time. Because something that I want to do bad end up being good. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. That's right. So wow. Let's check this out. Untitled. This was the first time I had did typography as an art piece. Now I can write calligraphy and
when you say typography,
lettering, words, letters.
You painted this or did you print this?
Yes, I painted that. That's all hand done.
You painted these letters. Okay.
Yeah, so I was commissioned to do this piece. By a guy who started a tech incubator down here. He helped get Google started and their website, and his wife was from Opelika. And they started the first tech incubator of that kind in Opelika. Then the second one came down here to Mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had a lot of people in the tech world invested in it.
Yeah.
And they had a nice reception, a big opening. But I was contacted by One Mobile to do the first One Mobile initiative painting. And they were like, hey, there's nobody in the city that thinks like you, that has your art style, want something innovative and colorful. So I did the mural for him.
Yeah.
And he paid me for the mural right then and there. I thought it was kind of weird how he paid me. You know, I mean, he made me a check, like right on the spot. Never seen.
You've never been paid on the spot.
No, I mean like he made a check.
What do you mean he made a check?
He didn't sign. He made that thing. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? I don't know. Oh, because of. Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean he made a check? Like he had some paper and he what?
Yeah, it was blank at first. That was just a paper. It was white paper or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had a whole big old machine or whatever.
Yeah.
He made the check. I said, oh, that's very interesting. I said, is this real? You can do stuff like that? He was like, yeah, sure. Take it to the bank. I said, all right. Took it to the bank, cashed it. Cool. It's a multi-millionaire. He must know what he's talking about.
Right.
So then he hits me back up to do this piece.
Yeah.
He says, hey, I want you to do a painting with these cities. Do it in whatever style you want to do this in. And
Why
so,
did you choose this style?
I don't know, that just what spoke to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a challenge at first to come up with the concept and the idea. But
how long did it take you to do this?
let's say it took a while.
Why you don't want to tell me specifically?
I don't need people's judgment.
Why are you concerned about that?
I'm not. I just don't need it.
Why do you think anybody's gonna judge you? Because of how long it took?
I can do, okay.
You think they can do it? Because they can't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So that's why we don't care. You think you seriously think people are gonna judge you? You are
Not in a bad
artist.
way. Not in a bad way.
People judge you regardless of your work. That's how you win stuff, through judgment.
Well, I'll put it like this. I won an art competition less than 24 hours. There's no more in the world.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say I did it overnight. All right, let's say I did that.
It didn't take you any time, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's a gift. So why are you ashamed of that?
I'm not.
Well, why you don't want to tell nobody?
So I don't like people to, I don't know. It's a whole different type of conversation with some people.
You ain't got to talk to them
Yeah.
if you don't want to. Now, is this to represent rust or blood? Or did you think of it that way?
I didn't think of it that way. A lot of times I would say this. In my art, I would think just for a moment, but it'll just come to me. The idea, the concept will come to me. Where are these feathers coming from? I don't know. But I would just think of a piece and I'll just go do it. Yeah. I'll just let the Lord talk to me through my art.
You know how you can say something and immediately you can be convicted by it? And you wish you could redact it. Have you ever had any art that made you feel that way? No? No.
I did it. I love it. But yeah, so after I did the piece, I took it to him. He loved it. He put it on the wall.
Yeah.
He said, hey, I'm busy. I'm going to be going out of town, but I'll pay you for it. I'm like, okay, cool. Some time passed. I'm like, he still hasn't paid me yet. He's a multi-millionaire. I'll call upon that favor when need be. Yeah. News comes in. He is now, the feds have come in, taken everything. He was doing some illegal practices.
Gotcha. So you never got paid?
I never got paid for the painting. And I was like, well, I lost the painting. It was the first one of its kind, which inspired the Living Word collection. It was the first one I did like that. And so I was downtown having a meeting about another art show I was about to do. And we passed by the building. You see a whole bunch of arcade games sitting out there, and they're about to be auctioned off. Right. I pull up. There was an older janitor there saying that these are the last pieces that are auctioned off. There's nothing left in the building. I was just telling him I'm the artist of a mural that's inside the building. Can I come in and take a picture of it? And he told me no, it was covered up. And I was about to walk off, but he said, I doubt somebody like you knows the owner anyway. You have to know the owner. I said, oh, word. So I called my boy up.
Of the building?
Of the building.
I know that's right.
Yeah. He was like, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's Conz8000. I told him what was going on. He said, put that guy on the phone. Bro, that's Conz8000. That's the artist of the mural.
Where are these feathers?
have no idea. So he tells the guy, put him on the phone. Hey, that's Conz8000. Matter of fact, give him one of those arcade machines. He can have anything he wants. I go inside the building. It's shaped like this for like 2 of them.
Okay.
And when I walk on the other side of the building, the only thing in this whole building was my mural that was not covered up like the guy said. And I take a picture and I'm about to walk out. And I turn around and my painting's on the wall, just like this with a light shining on it. I said, man, God, so good.
So good.
Yeah, return my painting right back to me.
Wow.
Yep.
That is amazing.
And I chose each one of these because I'm telling you the stories behind these, because that's the whole reason I'm showcasing 4 collections and 2 out of each collection, because each one of these had a pivotal moment in my life, you know, the story behind it. You know, so.
Oh, I love that so much.
So these are some of my fashion pieces.
Is that Putin?
So that's not a
We
picture.
don't know who that is.
That's not a picture. Like I painted
It's an
that.
inspiration.
Yes, an inspiration. Yeah, so a lot of people.
It's a painting. It's printed on, but
it's printed on. Yeah. But that's not like a Photoshop image.
Right. No, I didn't think so. Yeah. No. Wow. It's like a project in mine. Yeah. In Greenwood, where I grew up.
Yeah, some projects Roger Williams. Yeah, those are projects from down the street. No, it's from here. Down the street from where I lived at. It is no longer there. It's getting prepped for gentrification. Yeah, so
how do you feel about gentrification?
It sucks. Yeah.
Why don't we gentrify more?
Because of that right there.
I think I was talking to Alfred about this. I was just because he was telling me that his neighborhood is being gentrified.
One person.
It only takes one person.
One person.
Yeah.
But I just wonder why we don't build up in the community, and they won't have the range to even be able to do it.
The influence.
To be able to do it, yeah.
You know, we have so many bad influences on us. We don't have enough proper influence, and music controls pretty much everything.
So much.
You know?
It's called redlining. We couldn't do it because we couldn't do it.
At a time. You still believe that now?
Redlining still exists.
Redlining does still exist.
Yeah.
But I'm saying a lot of have you seen Atlanta?
Yeah, I've lived there.
A lot of black folks got a lot of money.
But Atlanta is one of the places that were a bit different than what's happening in other places.
Right, but what I'm saying is we have money now.
Atlanta's always had money.
Not just Atlanta, I'm talking about black people.
Yeah, but redlining didn't exist because black people didn't have money.
Make it shake my rockers, chop on my partner.